Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back. Today we'll be continuing with mensuration, that means area and volume of 3D figures. Now most of the time you will see these kinds of figures: cone, cylinder, and the sphere. These are the very common. Of course there could be any other 3D figure because this world is full of things. That was just a lame line, but okay, you guys got it. Anyways, cone will be our favorite thing. The second favorite thing is sphere. The third will be cylinder. And then we will also have other things like any other base shape, maybe a trapezium or anything, and then we make a shape out of it. Or even like cube. Okay, my art is actually very bad, but then because I have to teach this topic, so I need to learn the basic shapes. Or else if you want me to draw the human, I'll be just doing the stick man. I'm really bad, worse than my own students. Anyways, who cares that much? Let's get started. Now before we start, you need to know a lot of things about all the shapes here. Okay, first of all, now this time is my first time I think to include Chinese wordings. Now of course there might be wrong, but then best of luck, whoever needs it. Hair, let's go. Hair means it's fine. How? So we will start with a prism. What is a prism first of all? Prism basically means a shape, a 3D shape. 3D means like you can put something in it, something like that. Okay, so you will have a same base on the bottom and also on the top. That's what we call prism. And then what's so special about it? For this, if you want to find volume, you will have to find two main things: volume and also the surface area. Volume basically will be, for everything actually, will be base shape area times the height. So what that means is whatever the shape it is at the base, you find the area of it first, and then times height, you will have the volume. Because we know the bottom and the upper, the base is same, so you don't need to think too much. Okay, so base area times the height. And I have a surface area. What does that mean? That means all the faces that you see in this shape. That means there's a rectangle here, there's a rectangle here, there's a rectangle at the back, there's a rectangle at the back, and then there are two different shapes on up and down. You need to find all the areas of it. Now, of course, that takes a lot of time, right? So is there any faster method? Yes. That will be, if you can find the perimeter, 周界 of the base, and then you just need to times the height. That's how you will find all the lateral faces. What does lateral faces mean? Now in Chinese the words are easier to understand. It means means all the things that are on the sides. So all these shapes, you can find the area very easily, the things on the side, by just using the perimeter of the bottom times the height. That will only be for the lateral, okay? But don't forget, we also have a thing on top and also down. So you don't just plus the lateral faces, but also up and down. That's one way. The other way is, if up and down is not same, you just need to draw out all the shapes. If you don't like drawing, then you need to have good imaginations. So you need to understand this is a rectangle there. So you should know it's length times width. And then this one is length times width. So you can write all of them separately. That's what I usually do because I don't like getting confused by whether the up and down is same or not. Okay, then next thing, cylinder. What's that? Cylinder basically is similar to prism. It's just the bottom is a circle, the upside is a circle, and then it's curved on the side. Okay, so the volume, again, it will also be base area times the height. Now what is the shape at the bottom? Circle. So do you know how to find yun? That means like area of circle? Yes, pi r square. So base shape area times height. Base shape area times height. Easy? Good. And then how about surface area? That's something you need to really remember. Now, of course, it's again, you need to have the outer line. Outer line is called yun zhao. That means circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r, and then you have a height with it. So 2 pi r h. Okay. And then how about total surface area? We have upper, down, and also the curved. Now, this type of, if the shape is curved, they will usually ask you for the curved surface area rather than the total surface area. They can ask you anything, of course, but then if it's prism, they prefer asking you everything. But for the curved, because students get confused most of the time, so they will ask you this word so that you are totally confused between these two words. Okay, but of course we are smart students, we need to understand the word between total and the curved. Curved is this part. Okay, like you can take out a can of cola, like, and then you will see the up and down is the 2 circles, and then everything in the middle, that curved part, is called curved. Okay, how about total surface area? We have up, down, and the curved. Curved we know is 2 pi r h. Cook. And then up, down. Up is also circle, down is also circle. So each of them is a pi r square. And then we have 2 of them, so 2 pi r square. Okay, you need to remember these formulas, because without that, the questions are a little hard to do unless you have more than enough practices. Because for a person like me, I have the worst memory ever. I can't even remember any simple formulas if you ask me. But because I've done enough questions, so I have good muscle memory. So if I see the question, I can directly write it. But if you ask me to say it out loud, sometimes my brain can get stuck, because that's not how I used to learn or teach. How about a pyramid? Kok choi. Now look at the Chinese word. Do you see the gum here? P theme like that. So it's like that. So it's a pointy here on top. So the only difference between a prism and the pyramid is that the pyramid has a pointy on top. Now bottom and up is not same anymore, right? Yeah. So area is still like base area times height, but because this one is having a pointy on there, we will also have a 1/3. Now you can actually try this experiment at home, where you have the same base, same height, and then one of the shape is pointy and the other one is just the same. So prism and pyramid. That's something I did in primary school, actually. The teacher, when they were teaching us about this topic, this is a primary school topic, of course. And then, so they asked us to put water inside. We had one of the prism, we fill in the water, and then we poured it into the pyramid. Then we found that, oh yes, actually it could fill up 3 of the pyramids. Or you can go the opposite side, fill in 1 pyramid, keep putting in the prisms, you will have to fill in 3 times. So it has a 1/3. So pyramid, you can put in less things than the prisms. Okay. Okay, next. A volume will be 1/3 base area times height. Now, how about the total surface area? You will see actually all the sides are different this time. They are not all same, right? Now, can I still use the perimeter method like this one and then times the height? No, because it's not going in the same direction. They're not all up and down same. So for this one, the pyramids, you will have to do each side separately plus the things at the base. So what do I mean? You have a triangle here, triangle at the back, and then triangle there. They might all be different sizes, they might all be same sizes, they may be like 2 same, 2 different. So you need to be very careful in that part. That is one reason to not get confused. For both of them, I just remember like that. And this one, because up and down 2 things, so you will have 2 of the base areas. Okay, so total surface area, the main idea is that adding up all the sides that you can see in the figures, area. Oh, next one. Right circular cone. Is it a pointy? So you'll have a 1/3. Then what shape is it at the bottom? Pi r squared, circle, and then times height. So base area times height, and the 1/3. And then this is very important, all right? Curved surface area. Now, curved surface area here, because it is curved, of course, but that is not really the same as the cylinder. It's a little bit different. So you will here have pi r L. What is L? L is the slant height, this one. Okay, so yeah. Why do I need this? Most of the time the question will give you R, they will give you height, but they might not give you this L. Then how do we do? What does height mean? Height means having the 90 degree with the base. So there will be a 90 degree, and do you see any special thing here? A right angle triangle. So what can we think of? We can think of Pythagoras theorem. A squared plus b squared equals to c squared. What is a and what is b? A and b is the things next to the 90 degree. So h squared plus r squared equals to l squared. And then you can find L. They might give you any of these things, one of the thing or two of the things, and then you need to find the rest. Okay, pi r L. And then how about the total surface area? It's again this thing, the curve. The curve is pi r L. Plus this thing at the bottom, pi r squared, the circle. All right. Now the rest of the things you actually need to remember very nicely. Sphere. Sphere is like a ball. So how do we remember it? 4/3 pi r cube. 4/3 pi r cube. How about the surface area? Each circle is pi r squared. And then to just remember easily for yourself, sphere is going to 4 different directions. Okay, so you have 4 pi square. Of course that's not the actual reason, but then it's just for your own understanding. They have a hemisphere. Now in English, Chinese 口台 and 半口台 半咩意思啊？就係一半啦。So hemi means half of this thing. So anything you have this divided by 2. So if I do that, 4/3 pi r cubed divided by 2 also means 1 times 1/2. And then what do I have? This and this simplify, you just have 2 left. So you will have the answer as 2/3 pi r cubed. That is what you have it here as well. So sphere, cut it into half, then you will have your hemisphere. How about surface area? Now this one, surface area of sphere, is all the things at the outside. Okay, the surface, what do you have on outside? Hemisphere, we have half of the outside, so you have 2 pi r square. And most of the time you will also be given one extra circle at the bottom. Look here, you can try to cut an orange at home. See, what do you get? After you cut the whole orange, when you cut in the middle, you will have one more circle hidden there, right? You don't forget to add that. Okay, so the curved plus the circle inside. Now you need to know the difference between them, because sometimes they might not give you the thing inside. Maybe it's connected with some other shape. For example, if I can connect like that, so I have a hemisphere on top and then a cylinder at the bottom. Now if I want to find the total surface area, I'll have to find this. I will have to find this curved, and then I have a circle at the bottom. So 3 different things. Right? They can join with any other figure. It's very easy to join figures with the hemisphere. That's why. Maybe next time they can just add up. Cool. Okay. Now, last thing of this chapter, then we start doing questions. Now here, similar solids. That is the most common thing they ask in the DSE questions, especially when they want to give you harder questions of area and volume. And then it might contains like up to like maybe around 8 to 10 marks actually. 4 is of course at least, but then because since it's in A2, if they consider similar solids, then they will have you more marks actually. Oh, it's what is so special. For any similar figures means they may not be same. Like the size may not be same, but the shape is same. Okay, what's so special about them? Now if I have this as 2, this as 4, the sides ratio is basically getting double. So if this is 1, this will be 2, like that. That's how the sides will improve. But of course, our main target is always the area and the volume. Will area also become double? Will the volume also become the double? No, we have a formula for it, okay? Area ratio will be sides ratio square. And the volume ratio will be sides ratio cube. Now, of course, hold on, come here, right? It's hard to remember this way. So, remember this way. The units, perimeter, that means just one sides, the outer sides is cm. And the area is cm square. And the volume unit is cm cube. And I'm using cm because most of the time they give you cm actually for this topic because it's easier to remember. So that's how you can remember. If you want to find the area ratio, give the sides a square. If you want to find the volume ratio, give the side a cube. Now, if I just say like that, it sounds like a PS, right? So while we're doing questions, you can understand it better. Now for this video, I'll end here because I just wanted you guys to do the concepts. And then of course we will have these questions at the back. A lot of questions, over 30 questions. And then it's just to make sure you can deal with all the styles. This is very common. If it comes like this, because it's not a similar figure, it could be in your A1. A1, that means kapyat. So the first 35 marks may include this. This could be a 4-mark question very easily, or even 5-mark question. Okay? So that means every single student need to do this. Yeah, A1, if you can't get good marks, it's hard for you to even pass, let alone getting 3 or above. Because this topic I usually introduce to students who want 3 or above. But it's fine. We will continue the rest in next video. Until then, see you. Tada, bye bye, lafis.